What's up, guys? It's Tracy Mitchell, VA. We're back with episode 5 of our Conversations podcast. I got my special guest, Lucky Dinero, in the motherfucking building, okay?
Yo, yo. We here, we live. Thank you for having me. Dope vibes already.
Lucky actually reached out to me. You were the first person to reach out to me, and I was like, I have to have him on the show because one thing I like about you is you're a hardworking person. You're very dedicated
Appreciate
to your
that.
music.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, same thing to you. As soon as I seen your podcast, like the first two, I was like, yeah, she's serious about this, like actually doing this. I was like, I gotta do it, and why not? And you're here, you're in the city, so it's even better. So
I love doing what I do. Do you have the same feeling, like you wake up every morning just wanting to get it? Like,
yeah, that's why I do it. That's why I love what I do. And that before there was a point where I didn't. I was like, I almost wanted to stop, kind of like, just cause that's the way it was just the mindset, the way I was feeling at that moment. A lot of things were going on, but now like I love it. I love waking up. I love dropping music. People love when I drop music. So it's a good feeling now. Like I love it.
Your music is hype. It's very lit. I
Appreciate
feel like
that.
it's kind of raged out a little bit.
I'm trying to wake everybody up in the club, man. We got a lot of good music out there, but I feel like we need some old, like crunk, old, like ludicrous type of music back.
You kind of like give me like Outkast sometimes, like 3 6 Mafia sometimes.
You know what? I do listen to him. I'm a fan.
I was like, how is he? Because you're a, Mexican recording artist. I was like, where the fuck did this come from? Tell us how you got into that.
Just by listening to him, I was influenced, and I like a lot of like Texas Dirty South. I like Memphis music. And that's when I was younger. That's all I listened to, a lot of like South music. So that's where I got most of, I guess, my style. And I remember when I first started like recording, I was more rapping in a raspy way. Like I was like,
You were trying to change your voice to be something that you weren't?
Yeah, exactly. No, not really. I was just trying to find my sound. Like, this is kind of when Waka Flocka was out and that kind of music was popping, like crunk music.
Hard in the paint.
Like all that, get lit music.
Shouting in the microphone.
I know Mike remembers like Chaparral days, like all them days, bro. Was like that kind of era was like a whole different type of music. So I was trying to do that kind of music, and I was just rapping raspy and like sounded like I was angry or something.
There's a lot of, do you ever, well, you're in Atlanta too, so
Right.
Do you ever see like some of these artists that are up and coming and they're still stuck in those times? Do you ever like think back and be like,
Yes, and I think that's where they're
stuck at?
And failing at. Because
Do you agree with that? Or you
no, I feel like
try to
change it up.
encourage
You gotta go out outside your box, because I'm telling you, like you never know. Your song might be not even what you expect. Like you might want to rap, but when you go do a song in the studio and do like a rock song, you never know. Rock might be your shit. Like that's what you do. Like you know what I'm saying?
I don't know what that is. I've been seeing some of these showcases and then they're just stuck in like 2008, and I'm like, come on, cut it out. Like do something else. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, you're an artist from Gwinnett County. I used to live in Lawrenceville. Tell me what it's like. I know it's awkward for one because we have the ATL here in Gwinnett.
Right,
it's
right.
not ATL.
Well,
Well,
I
kinda.
don't. To me, it's everything's ATL.
Yeah.
Like and everything, because that's just the way. At least how I grew up thinking it is. So
What was that life like?
growing up,
Yeah, in Gwinnett County.
it was well, in my experience of growing up, it was a lot of gang banging. This is when like gang banging was like in school and stuff was like big, and people were fighting every day after school. Yeah, at least my experience. I know gang banging was crazy when I was in high school and middle school. I was doing things I should not have been doing for sure. I was doing like.
I know your parents were sick of you.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was one of those type of like situations, but
Yeah.
that was before. I mean, that was me growing up, honestly. But after I got out of high school, I started doing music, and what changed my life was like almost losing my brother, and the same time losing my friend at the same time, same day. So that's what made me like take life serious. I'm like, damn, you know what? Fuck the streets, like fuck all this, like, and that's what I took music serious from there. To be honest.
We're going to tap into your family life, but I also want to point out that you went to the same school as the Migos.
Yeah,
Were
for
they
sure.
there during that?
Yeah, they were there. They were definitely there. They were going by Polo Boys around those days. They were Polo was like everybody was rocking Polo.
They had the polo drawers, the polo hat.
Yeah, I know you remember. They was rocking the whole outfit. You see baby showers, everybody got them polos on. But it was definitely memorable with them because they'd always been doing music for sure as well, and just seeing them where they're at now from like back then is dope because like you would not see it. Like they would always get into like a lot of trouble and stuff.
Did they always have that confidence though? Like, yeah, we about to be the next biggest things in music.
I don't know if they did or didn't, because they like I said, they were always getting into trouble. Like like they would, yeah, it was like, do y'all take it shit? Like, what's going on? But like the universe works on mysterious ways, because look, they one of the most influential popping artists. I mean, group artists.
So you were born in Gwinnett.
Born and raised.
But you have Mexican heritage.
Yes, sir. Like, yes, sir.
How did your family feel about you? Because I know that's a strict culture. Being that I'm Panamanian, so my mom is strict as fuck. Like when I first started doing music journalism, my mom was like, no, hell no, because she knew what the life would come with. But how did they react to you wanting to be a rapper?
Honestly, they reacted late as fuck. Like, it was one of those things where like, they knew I do music. There was a time where I had my own studio. I was recording myself for the longest, so I can engineer as well, make beats and stuff.
That's what you were originally doing, engineering.
I was, because I had nobody to record me at the time. Like studio time, I'm not ready for that kind of stuff. Like I don't even know how to. So I bought my own studio and I was recording, and recording music. They were like thinking it's a stage, it's a phase. They're like, he's
they thought it was gonna pass.
Yeah, something like that. Because at least that's what my mom told me one time. She's like, your auntie thinks you're not, you're just playing with this music stuff. And then I came to a point where I still kept doing it, and now recently, maybe maybe a year ago or something, they're like, oh shit, you.
So they actually heard your
music, yeah, like they see a lot of stuff.
Billboard placement. You have a whole article. On
yeah, I do, and that's a blessing too.
A lot of artists.
Song is one of my favorite songs. I got that buzz for the article.
Yeah, because a lot of artists that I work with, they want a Billboard placement. So how did it feel when you got that and you were able to take that home? That's a trophy. That's a win.
It is a trophy. I love it because I feel like that's kind of a step further to where I want to be. Like I'm not. I don't want to be famous. Like that's not my goal. My goal is to be like I want to accomplish this music because I've been doing it for so long. If not, what's the point? Why am I doing this music for so many years? And then what do I have to show for it?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I feel like a placement like that, or like even like this, like interviews like this, I feel like all those are like blessings.
Accolades. Yeah. So when you were first starting to do your music, what was your sound like to start off with?
It was more. That's a good question because it was.
Were you always just that?
No, it was a couple. It was a couple times because I even changed my name a couple times. So it was different music. I started off with like. There's a point where I was doing a lot of techno stuff, like pop techno, like.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, a lot of pop, and it was like I don't know if you remember, but it was definitely like a whole different stage. And I was doing that for a little bit, but then I worked. What was good about that was like MySpace days, maybe I think it was.
We all had a MySpace.
I know MySpace was popping, but so around those times I was messing with a lot of international artists, like people from Brazil, people from, they do pop music stuff too.
They love pop music,
and it was and it was different. I'm like, whoa, shit, and they were playing music over there. Like I was big over there, and like it was just crazy. Like they would show me they're playing in the club, TV shows. Stuff like
you work with an artist I know. He's I guess an international artist. His name is Greenfield.
Greenfield, yes, yeah. Oh yeah, Greenfield, yeah, of course.
Shout out to you because I actually ran into him at. Yeah, he's
Colombian. Yeah,
he's Colombian.
Yeah, Colombian.
Oh my gosh, I saw him perform, and then I had to can you follow me on Instagram, please? And he was like, hell yeah, and I was like, I fucks with you. I remember you, but actually that's like a frequent collaborator. Like,
yeah, and that's my boy. Like that's my. We do music for sure, but we also like hang more than when we do music. Like that's my since day one we met. He's probably like one of the people I can count on one hand that I like kick it with, chill with. I'm more much of a loner. But I do know a lot of people, associate with a lot of people. But I'd rather be with the same people I know or just...
What's it like being a loner and wanting to be in the music industry?
It's dope because, I feel like I can do what I want, release what I want, and nobody knows. Like, I can pick my nose in peace.
You never had... You never had, like, stage fright, though? Like, is that ever...
Starting... Oh, yes, of course.
Or tell me about the first time when you published your music on actual streaming platforms that everybody just had to hear it.
I didn't have a stage fright. It was more like of overthinking, like a lot. Yeah. Like the day before stuff like that, I was like, "Damn, so is this ready? Is it good? Like, what about song 2? I don't know if I like that."
I remember the first day I published my first article on a music blog. Oh my god, I was cringing, like I was sweating, and then I just put it out there, like I just hit that button, and then I don't know what happened. Like I was nervous every time, but I kept doing it. So would you say that was the same for you? Like over time,
of course.
Just like this is nothing to me.
Of course, it was like getting a tattoo. Like as soon as I got my first song, my first tattoo, I was like,
more.
I'm getting more. This is ridiculous. I have to. Same thing. Like so, the music. That's what happened. Like when I started doing the pop music, I transitioned to like a lot of like hip hop, like kind of with the Migos but people compare me more a lot back then more to like melodic people, more like speaker knocker or people like that. You know, like melodic, and that's what I do now. Like I get to so much comparisons now to like Post Malone, but I've been
People say you look like him.
Oh my god!
And then you cut your hair.
Before you should have seen that. Bro. They used to make memes like literally Facebook. I don't have a Facebook no more, but before they would make memes like not in a bad way, but they would just be like Post Malone and what's it, James
Post
Franco?
Malone, somebody else had a baby.
You know, yeah, like James Franco. They put them together, like they had a baby. It would be me or some shit. And I'm like, oh shit, these motherfuckers like.
But at least people were talking about you.
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, I love it. I love stuff like that because I mean, shit, it makes me laugh too. Goddamn, I'm like, it's funny. I remember some people photoshopping me and a lot of stuff like that, man. And I love it because it just makes me. I mean, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like shit. Somebody's doing, taking the time to do stuff like that. You know, goddamn.
When it comes to being an artist, like, where do you find the most fulfillment?
In the studio, being creative and just like listening to like the vibe, like listening to a beat and just like, I love that feeling and then making the song. And my best favorite feeling out of the whole process is the end. Like when you listen to what you created, I just love that feeling. I'm like, damn. Like, this song came out good, yeah. Like, and then oh shit, and then we make another one of it. It's a good night.
Yeah, I want to talk about your song "Way Ahead." When did you drop that?
I dropped that. Ooh, good question. You got me. Nah, I don't know when I dropped it, but it was a couple months ago, not so long ago. But definitely a recent song, recent single.
So the producer, K.E. on the track.
K.E. on the track, yeah.
I know that was a big moment for you because
legendary.
Yeah, he's a legendary producer. Mag surfing all the way turned up. Like
he's one of those producers like where if you hear his like tag or something, you know it's him. Like
songs with Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, he's definitely international too.
Sway Lee.
Everybody, I love his beats too because they're all different. Like,
how did that connection come about though? Like,
it was more like an email thing. He hit me up in the email, and I was like, emails you got to be careful. It's worse than phone spam because you never know exactly. So what I do, and this is another thing about me, I'm blessed because like when it comes to stuff like this, like I can DM certain people, like artists, and they're not too big. They don't get too like, don't read it or nothing. They 9 times out of 10 they always answer me back, so I know it's legit.
Why do you think they answer?
I don't know.
Not a lot of people get.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why, and it'll be a blessing. Sometimes it won't be the same exact moment. I mean, it can be like the next day or something. But just the fact, like most of the time, that's why I get most of my confirmations that way because I don't know how it works, but I just be lucky enough, and I forgot who I hit up recently about something like that. I think it was Project Pat. I think it was.
He reached out. Well,
I reached out to they reached out to me talking about a certain working on a song, certain price because I got a song and he liked the vibe.
That'll be hard.
And
you gotta get.
So I hit him up, and then and it was legit because who you're not gonna believe it. Who also confirmed this whole situation for me was damn.
It's like their A&R?
No, she's part of the group. I'm having a brain blank.
Damn.
But
I forgot to.
If I don't know.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, it starts with a B, I think.
So that's when you know it's real.
Yeah, so I hit her up, and I was like, yo, I just want to confirm. And she hit me up. She answered me right away, too. She was like, nah, it's him. It's legit.
This is it. This is happening.
So, I might have something with Project soon. But, yeah, it was just stuff like that I'm just blessed that I can, clarify. And
is that the same process with Cap G, which I believe he's another fellow Mexican
yes, he is.
rapper?
And he's from here, too. He's from Atlanta. He's from College Park. And he's a dope. He's actually, I grew up to listen to him, too, because, of course,
when he first came out, well, I saw him on Double XL for the first time, and that's why I was like, okay, noted. Like, he looks different, so of course I'm going to listen to his music. And I was at A3C, I think 3 years ago, and I walked up to him. I was like, oh, you Cap G? He's like, yeah. He was real cool.
You see, that's crazy, because I remember those times, too. And the crazy part is I knew him before. Like, I don't know if you know, he was in a group.
I didn't know that.
It was called Kids That Play. That's what CAP stands for. Kids That Play. It was like, it was like 3 dudes. It's crazy how deep I was in the music days, like MySpace. I was like, that's when I knew I was taking this stuff serious. Because but anyways, my point was, so they were a group back then, and that's where he formed the Kids That Play. That's where Cap comes from. Then he went solo, and I just knew them for a while from those days. And actually, his brother, which is his manager, Juan. I don't know if you know him.
I don't know who Juan is. But how did you even present it to him? Like,
we opened up at a show before the song that we made.
Well, before the song, like, how did you actually meet him?
Yeah, it was so after those days how I know him, we ironically opened up a show. It was like a lowrider show, car riding. It was one of those shows, and I was an opening act for him. And after I got done performing, you made the connection. I made the connection, and the brothers, they were like, "Yo, I like the first song." It was sample to another artist. Speaker Knockers, believe it or not, that's probably still on YouTube. But and that's where I met them. We connected from there. And
so
I
fast
knew them for
forward
years.
from making that connection to the song, Catch Flight's Not Feeling.
Yes, man. That's the summer anthem, baby.
I fuck with it. How did y'all like even make that connection?
That connection was more like, so I was out of town, he was out of town. I think I was thinking, I don't know where he was, dad or something like that. And so, I was going through a situation where a family member passed away too. So, there was a lot of stuff going on my end. So we couldn't really, the song was already, we're going to do it, but it was just like, we didn't have time. So it just ended up being like, yo, bro, I'm going to send you the beat. I got the beat. The beat's also produced by KE. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you just kept the connection going.
Yeah. I got two other songs that he produced, but he definitely made that beat too. And as soon as I heard it, I heard Cat right away. I swear, I was like, I can hear Cat.
He sounded right on the song.
Right?
Like you two together, like just together, it was like a force.
Ooh, appreciate that.
One thing I noticed about you, even just from this conversation, you're definitely a businessman first, and I have to give it to you.
Right.
Before I even talk about that, have you ever been scammed?
And the music?
Yeah.
Nah, not really, because.
And how are you able to?
I believe
dodge that?
I believe if it's too good to be true, it's too good. That's just
because a lot of people fall for certain things.
And I believe it because you should see I get emails, like crazy emails, like record labels hitting me up, like cash, So before, obviously, I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? But when I read it, I was like, man, I got to pay for my flight. What or this or that or what? It was just
wait a minute.
Yeah, stuff like that.
You're
at the
not
end,
gonna pay for the flight.
I was like, nah. But thank God I got scammed probably more like on some like marketing stuff or something before than music, and that marketing was probably like a long time ago or something like that. As far as I'm like, I was gonna perform for somewhere and then ended up not happening or something like that.
But you always had the knowledge, and that just going back to being a businessman, like where does that even come from? Because that's a good strong thing to have.
Because honestly, when I started out doing music, I knew I was always gonna have a backup plan just in case. So I wanted to go. I wanted to go to college. That's like one of my things, just because I wanted to get businesses going.
Did it happen?
No, it didn't happen. Because music before it was like a lot of money issues. It was one of those things like going to college. I can't do it right now. My parents, they wanted me to go, but it's just hard. So I wish but then again I don't regret it because look where we're at. We're all better. Look, you're doing your thing right now. I'm doing my position right now. So everything happens for a reason. So that's why that's where I'm at now.
So being a rapper, do you feel like that was just like destined for you? Do you feel like that this is it?
Yeah, I think it is because I feel like this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Like I want to get to the point where I can officially know I'm good just by my music. Like I want to have concerts and perform where everybody sings my songs already. Mm-hmm. Like that's what I want.
What is the biggest crowd you feel like you performed in front of?
What's that reggaeton artist? His name is Audio. We opened up for him one time. That was a big ass crowd. And then we opened up for like a festival, but it wasn't as big because it was like during COVID times, kind of. They were trying to do something.
Do you ever see like Rolling Loud and something?
I haven't done yet, but I feel like those are coming soon for some reason.
What is something that you're like really manifesting?
I want to travel. That's one of my things. I really want to travel like the world and perform. But I want to do arenas. That's my goal. Like I want to sell out. I want to sell out shows, man. Like that's what I want to do.
Awards too.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be too crazy on them, but if I get them, I'm gonna love them, of course. But like, I ain't gonna go crazy for no awards. Like everybody,
I was checking out one thing, and it was just really cool to see. Because you said that one of your goals is to have a collaboration with a big artist. So I feel like Cap G was like that first.
It is, and it was because when I hit him up and we talked about it, that's what I told him. I was like, damn, bro. Although we knew each other for a minute, like I grew up on you. I told him, and I basically gave him flowers, and I was like, and it's just an honor to I finally work with you. Like, I have so many relationships, and you'd be crazy, like you'd be amazed, but I don't like just because I got the relationships, like it doesn't mean I'm. Some people ask me like, damn, why aren't you doing this already? Why aren't you doing this? I'm like, because I don't know, like when the time's right.
Like you have the knowledge to be like a whole like A&R or something. Or
that's what people tell me. Yeah, I would. Yeah, you feel me? Yeah.
You could be doing like seminars, like classes.
I want to do a website like that one day. I was like, a little bit of both.
How do you feel like you connect with your audience?
A lot. I feel like that's one of the keys too. People need to start sleeping on. Because I understood the more you interact and engage with your people that fuck with you, they're gonna fuck with you even more and more, and that's how I love it. They make me want to drop more music. They make me want to
like in your DMs. Like,
yeah, they be in my DMs or tagging me in certain promo posts. They be promoting me without me. Like before, I used to like if I want a promotion or something, and I hardly did that because I'm not gonna spend money like that. Like I could try to do it myself, but yeah, now I can just see it, man, and I just love it, and I feel like interacting with them is important. So
yeah, I just noticed, like, just looking back, like your discography, you put in a lot of work from your videos to your production,
right?
And you just give that right energy.
And that's a lot of public. I had a lot of old videos, but I was like, nah.
You took them down.
They're in private. They're not taken down, but I just feel like that's the old me. I don't know. I don't know that should be like.
Do you feel like every artist should do that? Like if they have some.
I think it's up to them, but I was just one of those things. I don't want that much of like. People going back that far on me and just because it was video.
Go back to SoundCloud days, please.
Yeah, exactly. Because it was days when I was shooting my music videos because I did my own videos, my own graphics and all that. Because I was one of those people I didn't depend on a lot. Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna do it.
I'm the same way.
All right, and I mean,
Canva's coming in handy.
You kill it. Facts.
I can't even lie. Canva's helping me so much. I'm making my own flyers, making my own logos.
Oh, that's what you use?
Yeah.
You see? I don't know I think I use some other Premiere on my phone, but on a computer I used to use like Photoshop. I used to use a little bit of everything, but. Like they come in handy when you do it on your own, because shit, one, you have it on your time when you need it, and then two, like if you can always use your skills and trades for like
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So what's the series you got going on? Cherry 2?
Yeah. Those started off like he gave me like my cameraman gave me a good ass like analogy on it. He was like, it's your first album. That's cool how you
should have dyed your hair red.
I did. That's why it was red, but in time showering. The paint becoming that. But I'm gonna
be like the promo genius for you.
I'm gonna dye it tomorrow. But I did do that. There was a little phase where I did dye it red, and it's just time to do it again because I feel like that's kind of what my thing. But
what does it mean?
It was one of those things where one of the main reasons why I got the title is because cherry's seasonal. Like cherry is a seasonal fruit, and those will come like April or March around those times. That's when cherries blossom and grow. So that's when I was dropping projects. That's why I'm gonna drop each like maybe September around April. I'm gonna drop a new cherry project.
What kind of music dropper are you? You're somebody that consistently drops, like people expect a month, or are you somebody that drops every week?
See, that's the thing. Like I wish I could drop every week. That's why I drop snippets.
Because that project was January, so.
See, that's the hard thing. Like at first I was like, I'm gonna drop singles. I want to drop singles, but I love dropping projects like mini EPs. I just love it, and I feel like I drop those like every other month or like
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like I need to focus on singles maybe, but honestly, I was thinking outside being like an album, like maybe like 20 songs, maybe 10.
So I know just being an artist, it's a lot of pressure because you're probably looking to the left and seeing what this artist is doing. You're looking to the right, seeing this artist sign. Like, how the fuck he got signed when I've been doing this shit?
Who the fuck is that?
Because you've been doing music for 10 years. Like,
right.
How do you keep a strong head on your shoulders?
I don't know. I just don't focus on that. I'm just like, because the music, for one, I do it for me. Like, I love it for myself. Like, I love stress relieving myself with the music and recording. So that's one thing. That's mental health, and that's like, self-care. Like, so that's why I do it, number one. And then two, I don't know, I just the feeling of just doing it makes me pursue it more, if that makes sense.
You never hit like a writer's block or anything?
No, I think because that's why I like smoking, because that plays a big part in it sometimes.
Not you promoting weed on my channel.
Smoking vapes.
Yeah, I told you to bring your vape, but you didn't.
I didn't, and I had one, but it ran out. But we didn't want to be late or nothing to go buy one. Yeah. But I did smoke before I come, so
so we're all good.
We're good.
We're all good. So, do you ever plan on like moving downtown to ATL?
I don't. Maybe not now.
Do you feel like an artist needs to, like somebody in Gwinnett County? Do you feel like they need to come down?
Nah, because that's where everybody's at too. That sounds dangerous, maybe to me. I think.
I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, I don't live downtown. I never want to live downtown. Right. So
it's beautiful. I love it. It's amazing. Like I wouldn't. There'd be days where I'm like, damn, I wish I had that condo. But I'm more of a I like grass in my yard. I like a big, nice, decent house.
Yeah.
Big driveway. Goddamn it. Play basketball or something. Not big like
suburban
famous life. Like suburban. Yeah. But I just like that more than.
You never feel
city.
disconnected from the ATL music scene? Although that you're only 30, 40 minutes away.
Right. Nah, I don't think so. I think I'm kind of heavily in it, in a way.
I want to ask you have this line in one of your songs. It's called Babyface. I don't know what the fuck that.
Uh-oh.
But you said you don't want to have kids unless I'm worth a milli. Like,
That
is
means
that true? Like, or
it's not serious, but it's basically me
referencing
saying
something else.
it's basically saying like, unless I'm a millionaire, that's when I'm ready to have kids. Like, I'm not gonna like unless I have money, unless I'm ready. That's kind of what that means. Like, if that makes sense. At least that's what I was writing it for. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want kids unless I'm a millionaire. You know.
How focused are you? Like, do you even like involve yourself in relationships?
No, I used to, but that was a big distraction. Like,
What?
because when you do music in the music world, or you know, at least I think in anything really, you either have time for your music or you have time for your relationship. Relationship is a lot of time, you know, just like you would be in the music. And, you know, especially like in the field of hip hop, females, at least in my experience, it's harder. Cause they
be judging you because you're a rapper? So everything.
Yeah,
You be
that's what
talking
I'm
a lot
saying.
about, you know.
Or they be like,
girls in the-
yeah, stuff like that. It's not even the song. That's the crazy part. It's more about like my social media. They don't like the comments. They don't like the girls liking, like that kind of stuff. That's what I mean.
How much
like,
of your music is real? Like, really?
a lot of
Because I
it.
feel like you don't be at the strip club. Just having this conversation.
I
you
was
don't
at the
seem
strip
like-
club not too long ago. When was it? Did I tell you? I forgot when it was, but it was for a wedding. It was some guy named David, cool dude. I think you do know him, David. He just had a wedding. I was at that that bachelor party. It was.
And they went to the strip club?
Yeah. Oasis.
I want to go ahead and just step into the game because I feel like I just need to break the ice.
But I don't go to the strip
no,
club.
you
like.
gotta but deeper than the strip club. I want to go deeper. So, have you ever played a game of this or that?
I haven't, but I've heard of it for sure. Like I've heard of it for sure.
Okay, because I want to play it with you because I just really want to just break the ice.
Ooh, let's break it.
Okay, going back into your love life.
Mm.
Do you prefer the thotties or the classy girl?
See, because the way
You talk about thotties a lot in music. That's why
I was gonna say the way my situation now, like I'm having fun. Like literally, I'm single. I'm having fun.
There's somebody
So
watching this
thotties-
right now, just upset. Like,
I mean, I got music for them. Like you know, it's just the way I'm in the current mood right now. I don't know how to explain. It's just I was gonna say current stage, but it's not even a stage. I don't know what the word.
sometimes you gotta like amp it up a little bit.
Right. I mean, you probably see like during the winter. That's when I start talking about like my first album type shit, like love song singing type
Drake
shit.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it just depends. For real.
Okay, so this or that, networking on foot or networking via social media? Where have you found the
Ooh.
most luck? Lucky?
Social media for sure. And it actually started when COVID hit. I feel like social media networking got more involved and bigger. I would say if I had to choose, online.
You've been hustling during the MySpace days. Me and you were
hell
just
yeah.
alike because I've been.
Oh, you been on that too?
Yes,
Well,
on when I was in MySpace, I was hustling some type of way. I wasn't doing journalism, but I was still hustling.
Okay, I see you. Okay, that's dope. Me too, bro. That shit was, they were trying to bring her back, but I don't know what happened.
Do you remember?
Bro, I
I was down to the coding. Were you the same?
Yeah, for sure. Like every other week, I would have like a new profile, like whole. What do you call it? Skins, I guess. What would it be? Yeah, like it would be a whole different profile. I remember. Yeah, I remember it was just like I was. One time it was like a whole bunch of Gucci. Then the next time it was probably like a whole car or something. I used to switch it up every time. It was just fun. Facts. That was even the best part. That's when I started doing music too. That's when I did my own.
Oh my god!
Like-
I'm sorry, you're just bringing me back. But there's this
MySpace.
song. I know you don't know this song because
Right.
if you're a female and you're watching this, I swear you know the song. There's this song like Tanisha Kelly, "I Wish You Loved Me." So every time I went through a breakup with my boyfriends in middle school, I would put that song as my song.
What? Every time they go on your profile, they're the
Yeah.
first one to play.
I wish you start singing.
They were like, "Well, she just broke up with somebody."
Do you remember like any of your songs that you had on?
Oh, I do not. It was because I don't know what. I don't remember.
Some Gucci.
I know probably some Gucci and some Wayne for sure, but it was also some, like back then it was some local artists like Crown Music. I had most of their music on there because it was
Yeah.
like they were kind of popping, like making a name for themselves. And they had this one song, and it was just like everybody had it at one point. Like it was called Talento Callejero.
Oh, I think I know what you're
Talent, yeah, you probably do.
They sing?
Talento Callejero. It's with Rudy Morgan.
Oh.
You might know those same people I know. Then who knows?
There I go again, acting like I know a song. This or that, clout or influence?
Influence. I like influence. This is a good feeling at the end of the day for that. Like, I like influencing people, and two, when you influence, I feel like you grow more. If that makes sense.
I feel like I just can't do it with clout. I need influence
I think-
behind everything I do.
Yeah, I think clout is like temporary.
I feel like people
right?
who wake up and try to get clout, just when they go home at night, they just be in a dark space.
Yeah, and they do. Those be the people that are not really where they're at.
Yeah.
Those be the main ones. Yeah, I was definitely influenced for sure.
But you ever felt tempted to be like, oh, maybe I should do this wild thing right here?
Nah, I think the most wildest thing for clout maybe that I thought like dyeing my hair red, maybe like let me dye my hair red.
Yeah.
But I never. That's about it. Like nah.
Yeah. This or that, because you just dropped your song, catching flights or catching feelings.
Boom, boom. Of course, flights. I want to travel. I love to be like somewhere that I've never been and be like, damn, like oceans. I've never been on oceans. I've never been none of that. I've never been to Florida. Like I barely started traveling. That's a fun fact.
You've been to LA though.
Yeah, I've been to LA, but like that's about it. Like, but that's like LA and Texas are kind of like.
Is that somewhere you want to move?
LA, yes. That's why when you asked me if I wanted to stay in Atlanta or move, I was like, I probably won't be over here anyway.
What is it about LA that you like?
The music, the scene, the entertainment world. Just is different.
I never got to experience the music scene.
It's definitely different from over here. I feel like I get more love and more production work done over there.
I feel like I wouldn't fit in LA because I feel like I'm just too much awake.
Maybe LA's not for you. Maybe New York.
Just like the weed. It seems like everybody's just high in LA, and I'm just like, I'll be the sober one, and then.
But
I'll be mad over something, and then people just looking at me like, "Why the fuck? What's she doing? What's she mad?" Like
give her edible.
You smoke?
I smoke.
They're watching you like, "Oh, is he about to hit this fucking hookah? Hit the hookah. Hit."
I don't. Oh shit. I don't condone the smoking, but I do smoke.
Just hit the hookah. Is it weird to actually like when guys smoke hookah? Because it's like, if I like to, whatever I'm doing, I like my person right next to me be doing it with me.
I mean, I got into hookah recently, maybe like last New Year's. I was never a hookah guy. I don't know why. I just didn't see like, damn.
I don't smoke weed, so it's like, I don't.
Me either. I don't.
But out of all the people that exist, I'm the one that really needs to smoke some fucking weed.
You probably do. I mean, I'm not saying you need to, but you never know. You never know. It's different for everybody, you know. And like some people tell me when speaking of weed, when people tell me they're like, "Oh, I don't smoke weed because so and so had this experience or because of this," and I'm like, maybe you smoked a different the strain that's not for you. So you got body highs, you got head highs,
yeah.
You got stuff for headaches, you got stuff for pain,
yeah.
So I think that's where, for a beginner at least, you got to know what you're smoking.
I mean, I had a bad trip, and ever since then, I'm just like, I'm not fucking with weed.
It's rare when I hear about a trip.
It was so bad.
What happened?
Oh my gosh.
If you want to speak about it.
No, I was talking about it. We're keeping it resonating, right? So I think I was like 18 years old. It was the day after my high school graduation. Okay. And my ex-boyfriend, the boyfriend at the time, he had like some weed and like a bong or whatever. So I was like, okay, I'll hit it because, he keep doing it, so I'm going to do it too. And then like, we went upstairs and I literally fell to the ground just being goofy. But when I got up, my reality was not reality. Like I was looking at like how we look at things right now. Like, okay, I see this wall. I see this light. I was looking things at pictures. Like
that's crazy.
Have you ever had that experience?
I never had that. I never had no bad trip on anything really. As far as I'm not saying I do a lot of things. Well,
they're judging.
Clear. I'm talking about like as far as in like shrooms. I do shrooms. Shrooms is dope.
Yeah, that's normal.
So that I never had a bad trip on. Weed, I definitely never had a bad trip on. Not even. I think I had bad trips maybe when I got drunk one time. Yeah, I was like tripping.
A bad trip during alcohol?
Not like crazy trip. I'm talking about like tripping, like fucking up.
Yeah, but anyways, I'm gonna drink my drink. Okay. But I love me a Long Island. But yeah, so like my heart was just racing, my head was pounding, and it felt like hours, but it was only 15 minutes, I think.
Ooh.
And I didn't calm down until like he passed me the phone. He was like, "Look at your phone." Like I started scrolling through Twitter, like just trying to calm down, and it worked. Like, so have you heard like anybody else having that?
That sounds like a panic attack or like a.
I think it was a panic attack.
That's what it sounds like. Maybe. Yeah. And weed's not for everybody. Smoking just like anything else. So that's probably what it is. Maybe you're not meant to smoke. Maybe not that strong kind of weed.
I'm not meant for a lot of things.
Oh damn.
And I hate when people are like, "Oh, you're innocent, you're a sweet girl." Like I'm a proud sweet girl, by the way. But yeah, it's just not for me, and I'm probably never gonna do it again. People try to pass to me.
Right, ain't nothing bad with it.
And I'm just like, no.
It's like same thing with like drinks like this. I don't drink like that. Like when I go out, maybe like special occasions, like stuff like that, I'll drink a little bit. Like even when I went to
in the studio.
Yeah, in the studio. You know what I mean? I don't.
What's
even
your
drink
thing
like
in
that.
your studio?
I like smoking or sometimes taking shrooms. Like In the studio, I like getting creative. And
Y'all always make me feel like I should be smoking weed too, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna fall.
Nah, you don't have to. I mean, like drinking is your.
It's my thing.
Yeah, so-
and my hookah, and I'm gonna stay like this.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong. Trust me, you might
I
get
got two in
sponsored
here.
by hookah one day just because
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I got 2 in here and one at the crib.
Also, you hookah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
so like, tell us what else is on the way, Lucky Dinero.
On the way right now, I'm currently working on videos. I'm trying to, cause I got a new project coming, titled Northside. Obvious reasons, cause that's my home. That's where I rep. And I'm just trying to get that project done. But right now, my main focus is getting videos and
Are you
content.
gonna do a video
for
with
it.
PUBG?
Yes, we are. Fun fact: if you listen to my verse in the beginning, where I was like, "Hit up Jimmy for the PJ," my boy Jimmy is actually a pilot for private jets. Fun fact.
Ooh.
So, yeah, he got a private jet, and I hit him up, and we're talking about that now, trying to get it going. He's just trying to. It's at the Kennesaw Airport, so we know it's not that far. Thank God. So now we're just waiting if it's cool for the airport.
We just catch flights, not feelings. They ain't let us in, so we bout to build in. What's the verdict? Oh, you scared where the church at? Oh, you smoke where the perp at? We just catch flights, not feelings. We just catch flights, not feelings. We just catch flights, not feelings. We just catch flights. Not feelings. Hit Jimmy up for the PJ. Her hands on me, she do what I say. Team no sleep like Bombay.